So when you locked up, bro, you gonna meet certain people. They said that it's gonna take a week for your money that ain't seen their family.
Contraband, how you say, man, with that shit, with that contraband, with that.
I forgot they ended up switching us. Everybody that was going to prison, they ended up switching us.
Man, with that shit, with that contraband, contraband, man, with that shit, with that contraband, contraband,
Make the hits.
Contraband TV. Man, what that shit do, Contraband? Another one like the other one, man. I want to welcome all the new subscribers, man. We growing, man. We on the road to 100. We on the road to 1K, man. We on the road to 1,000 subscribers, man. Hey, man, we more than halfway there. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody that watched the videos, man. You know, man, let's get right on into it, man. Like, I'm over here stuttering like Poetic Flacco. For real. Man, y'all see the title, man. Doing time with the lifer. So when I got to Southern Desert, my celly, he was a lifer. He was from Detroit. He was an older dude, been down since like what, he said he been down like 10 plus at that time. So I think he been down since, that was 2011. So he been down since around 99, 2000, somewhere around there. It had to be somewhere in the 90s, probably like 98, you know what I'm saying? Because especially how he asked, do niggas still crease up they pants? You know, that, hey man, that's some early 2000 shit right there. You know what I'm saying? So doing time with a lifer, bro, is different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? This not all lifers, and this not the all lifers I'm talking about, but this is most of them, or shit that I didn't see or I interact with. You know what I'm saying? Is you got two type of lifers, you feel me? You got the ones that's in the beginning of their bid, they turned up, bro. Because they can't accept all the time that they got. So they angry, you know, they angry at the world, they angry at the judge, shit, they angry at the victim, they angry at they self. You know what I'm saying? A lot of their family probably ain't looking out for them, so they're angry at their victim. You know, and that anger creates a I don't give a fuck mentality. They don't give a fuck about they self. They don't give a fuck about that jail. They don't give a fuck about them inmates. They don't give a fuck about the COs. They don't give a fuck about the administration. They don't give a fuck about life, because they have life and they haven't accepted that yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, I feel like you got your lifers that you catch them in the middle of their bid, you know, after they done 10 or 15, and, you know, they didn't accept it, you know, life. They didn't accept their sentence. They didn't accept their charges. They didn't, you know, now they feel empathy for the victim. Now, you know, they feel empathy for themselves, like, and they trying to change and turn their shit around. But they accepted everything. They accepted the fact that, you know, they got life. They accepted the fact that, you know, they did the shit, and, you know, this is what comes with it. But at the same time, you got a lot of them also during that time that fight back, and they get inside that law library. Once they start seeing like, hey, I've been in here for a couple years, laws change every year. Hey, old boy down there, he been in here for fucking 15, 20 years. He had life, but he got his sentence overturned by going to the law library, you know? Motherfuckers start getting smarter and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So, depending on, you know, what type of, you know, life or celly you got, you know what I'm saying? Depending, your time could be hard. I know some niggas that when they got to the pen and they celly was a lifer, they would roll it up and go to the hole, because they didn't want to deal with that. Like, they didn't want to deal with a person that had more time than them, and they really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because you got some lifers that they ain't got shit to lose. Now, what they got to lose? They ain't got shit to lose. Like, you got a date, bro. You got something to lose. You got family on the house. You might have kids on the house. You know what I'm saying? You might have a family of the homies that's waiting for you on the house. These niggas ain't never gonna see none of that. Or in their head, they ain't gonna see none of that because right now they don't see no light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? But for you looking at light at the end of the tunnel, you can't be housed with a motherfucker that's, you know what I'm saying, that got life and they just don't give a fuck. And, you know, they can fuck around and fuck off your light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Because you gonna dim theirs on this motherfucker. Cause if you play with me, it's gonna be some problems. And I'm gonna be just like you inside this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? With life. And some of them, I ain't seen some people have that trick bag mentality. See, that's what we call a trick bag. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call you letting a nigga put you in a trick bag. He got life, so he gonna press your buttons and make you do something to him to where now you in this motherfucker for life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, my celly, you know, he was from Detroit. I remember talking to him, chopping it up with him. And, you know what I'm saying, asking the nigga, like, you know what I'm saying, like, what you, like, you know what I'm saying, how much time you got, OG? How long you been down for? He like, shit, I got life. I'm like, damn, okay. Now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When he first said it, I wasn't scared, but, you know, nigga was kind of nervous. Like, yeah, that's a nigga lifer, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, for sure. So I knew, man, till I get to know the nigga and see what the nigga own and all that, man, keep my burner. Cause Demon had gave me something chunky as soon as I got in that motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying? So I had something chunky, a nice little knife. Or, yeah, they probably want me to say that on here, though. But I had me something chunky, like, you feel me? So, we chopping it up and all that, like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's how I got DP'd. Because the first night, me and him, man, you know, we chopped it up. We talked about the streets and all that. Stayed up until like 2 in the morning, man. I just already been up since 3, you know what I'm saying, from transferring prisons and shit. So I was tired and mother. I was whooped, you feel me? So after that, though, you know, we still chopping up, I'm trying to get to feel the nigga out, get to know the nigga, you know what I'm saying? But he had already one time he had said when I first got in there, you know what I'm saying, he said that he had a TV. So he like, you know what I'm saying, hey, he was also a Hebrew Israelite. So he had his little Hebrew Israelite shit. I believe his shit was on Saturdays because Juma was on Fridays, and I believe he went on Saturday, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Because he went after Juma. You know what I'm saying? So he like, hey, Celly, when I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the TV yours, man. You know what I'm saying? Is watch TV, you know what I'm saying? Or it's something that you want to watch and I'm in here, you know what I'm saying? Just say something, man. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't one of my shows on, you know what I'm saying? I got you, like. But me, I'm thugging, bro. I'm treating prison like the block, especially after being locked down inside high desert so much and inside CCDC. What? Southern Desert, one thing I liked about Southern Desert was it was open tier. We had them long ass hallways, and when they popped the doors, bro, you out. You out. Only way you gonna get locked down if something happened. They got to recount or some shit. They got to count or something like that. Other than that, Southern Desert, you're out all day. What, nigga? I'm loving that. I'm on the block. I'm on the tier, nigga. I'm thugging it. You feel me? So I never really. Only time I really was even, you know what I'm saying, asked a nigga use even, you know what I'm saying, use the TV was during 106 in Park Freestyle Fridays. Freestyle Fridays, man, I'm on it. I even got him liking it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even got him liking, you know what I'm saying, the Freestyle Fridays and shit. So we had a cool little routine worked out, you know, to where shit, nigga, he was a cell nigga. He was in his cell watching TV all day. You know what I'm saying? I can tell some days he used to be depressed. You know what I'm saying? Because some days when I used to be having to go back and forth in the room and get certain shit like coffee, more coffee, you know what I'm saying, a noodle or something. If I'm out there betting, I'm out there gambling or something like that, nigga might have to go get a noodle or some couple soups or something, like, you know what I'm saying? But so I can tell that, like, some days he be depressed. Like, he mainly never really came out the room. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I can tell, like, okay, he probably still, you know what I'm saying, fucking with his time, probably still fucking with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I remember one day he told me, he was like, uh, he's like, man, you be out there thugging, huh? He like, man, you don't, man. He like, I like that though, man. You got your own program going on, like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, man, you just don't know how many cellies nigga done had that ain't got shit, ain't got nothing going on, bro. Like, you just want to sit in here with me all day and watch my goddamn TV and shit and tell me what show to turn it to and all that, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, man, I ain't, look here, man. I don't even be on that phone like that, man. I be, man, look here, man. I'm on the block, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the block thugging. Anybody that know me in Southern Desert, they know that, like, you feel me? So I'm like, yeah, man, like, you know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, man, you a cool celly. He's like, man, I had a celly cool like you in a long time, man. Like, you feel me? Now, every now and then when we'd be up in there, you know what I'm saying? Because he had life, so I didn't like to really pry about what he was in there for. So I remember I asked him one day, like, we was in there, he asked me did I want to go in on the spread. He like, Shelly, you want to go in on the spread? I'm like, yeah, now at that time, I was eating pork. I wasn't Muslim yet, you feel me? I was eating pork, you feel me? But he a Hebrew Israelite, and they don't eat pork. I remember I had some pork skins and shit that, you know what I'm saying, I threw him like a soup, some pork skins, and like a half a thing of sausage and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And he like, Silly, you can keep this shit right here, man. He like, man, we don't, he's like, I don't do the pork, man. I'm Hebrew Israelite. I'm like, oh, you Hebrew Israelite, huh? He like, yeah, man, I'm Hebrew, man. You know, we the closest thing to God. And then pork is unclean and we don't eat pork. I'm like, you're sounding Muslim over there, around this motherfucker. He like, nah, man, we, you know what I'm saying, we brothers, we all in the same realm. We like Muslims, but, you know, we ain't Muslim, though. Like, you know, now we Hebrew Israelite. We the God's chosen people. We the first people. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? I feel it, man. I feel it. I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And shit, we over there, we spread and shit, man. We did a little spread and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I asked him like, man, Shelly, what you, so man, you still ain't never told me, man, what you in here for? Like he never asked. I'm like, oh, okay, like, I'm like, so what you in here for, man? He was like, man, he was like, I got the grand jury indictment. He was like, me and my partner, he's like, see, I'm from Detroit. First of all, I'm from Detroit. He's like, from Detroit, we get money. That's all we know. Man, we get money in Detroit. You feel me? I'm like, at the time, I'm like, man, I know about Detroit, man. You know what I'm saying? I used to fuck with some cats off of Puritan Avenue. He's like, what? The PAs? He's like, what you know about the PAs? What you know about the PAPs? You feel me? I'm like, the PAPs? He's like, yeah, the Puritan Avenue players. Yeah. See, that's what we used to call them in my day. There's a Puritan Avenue players. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, man, I know some cats from Detroit, man, some real money go-getters from Detroit that I used to fuck with and shit. And there's off of Puritan Avenue and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they was off of Puritan Avenue and shit, like, you know. He's like, okay, yeah. He like, yeah, man, see, I'm from Detroit. He's like, so I came up out here, you know what I'm saying? We was getting money, me and my partner, you know, I came out here with me. We was getting money. He's like, he ended up going to the pen out here, ended up doing like 2 years in the pen. He's like, when he came home, he ended up meeting some little white bitch that was in the credit card fraud. He's like, so we got up on the credit card fraud and we was running them up. He's like, man, I had big ass houses and all that, like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, shit, money machines. And he's like, man, we had a whole little operation. So when he said that, I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, but where the state shit come in at? Cause credit card, that's federal. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't slow to these streets. You feel me? That's federal. So where the state shit come in at? He like, yeah, man. He like, you know, police hit. You know what I'm saying? They tried to indict us. Come to find out, man, my boy, he ended up snitching on me, man. He ended up getting out before I get out. I ended up finding out from my lawyer that they key witness or whatever. He's like, man, I was just so enraged, man, when I finally did. He's like, I finally made my bail like 2 weeks later. when I ended up making my bill, I ended up knocking his ass off, man. Yeah, he's like, man, I had, called him, told him to, I played it real cool. I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Called him, told him that he need to meet up with me and shit. We need to talk about this shit that was going on and shit and everything like that. And he's like, I guess he was trying to, play it off too because he didn't know if I knew that he snitched or not. So he's like, shit, he ended up meeting up with me, man, and ended up, knocking that boy down, man. I ended up having to, you know what I'm saying? Man, he's like, when my generation stitches get snitches, the snitches get stitches. You feel me? He's like, man, we don't play none of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, shit. Once I knocked him down, he's like, they really ain't had no real strong case inside the Fed shit, so they ended up getting me for the body. He's like, once they got me for the body, you know what I'm saying? They ended up dropping the Fed case and. Shit, I'm in here for the rest of my life, man. For the body. I'm like, damn, okay. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, so he like, man, what about you, youngster? You know what I'm saying? I know you showtime, you know what I'm saying? You don't look like you move around this motherfucker too much. I could tell a nigga with life, you know what I'm saying? You don't look like no type of nigga that got life for no long time, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I don't, you feel me? I'm like, man, I got a 1 to 4, you know what I'm saying? Telling me I'm gonna do 2 years on the 1 to 4. You know what I'm saying? But shit, if I get parole, I might only have to do a year, like, He like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. So, we chopping it up and shit, like, And he was like, he let me know. He was like, man, some days he's like, I really don't, you know what I'm saying, come out the cell much. He's like, shit be hard for me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with all this goddamn time. He's like, I ain't done everything anyway, man. Old man like me don't need to really be out there like that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I do need to let you know though, man. I be suffering from depression. I go to pill call. He's like, and I be hearing voices too, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's like, it ain't, nothing too serious right now. I got him under control. You know what I'm saying? He's like, but I do be hearing voices. So when you say he be hearing voices and shit, thinking in my head like, shit, man. Damn, not only do this nigga got life, this nigga mentally ill patient, nigga. Damn, nigga, not they ain't put me with a lifer. And the nigga that hear voices. I'm like, nah. So again, I think in my head, like, I'm gonna have to just keep this burner close. For real. Cause boy, I can't play with you, bro. Like, I'm not even about to play with you, my nigga. Like, I'm gonna keep this burner close, you feel me? Cause either you or them voices gonna get your ass hurt, bro. Like, you feel me? But he was a cool nigga though, and I didn't get those vibes from him though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even when he told me, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, boom. He said he got him under control, so, you know what I'm saying? Cool. And like I said, I didn't really get those vibes from him and shit. So we only had, after that, bro, we was thugging. Me and him, that was the longest celly I had. I was there in Southern Desert for 6 months. I got there like May, I want to say. End of May, beginning of June, and I stayed till November. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was my, that was my cool celly. We only had not one incident. We had 2 incidents. You feel me? I'm going to tell y'all about the first one. You know what I'm saying? We had 2 incidents. The first incident we ever had, bro, like, shit, I was cellies with him I was there for about 2 months. You know what I'm saying? 60 days in the past. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, I can't wait to tell y'all this other story, too. We was on lockdown. Well, we had just got off of lockdown. We had been on lockdown for a whole week. Because these dumbass niggas decided that they wanted to do what you call that shit? A stand. They wanted to take a stand. So all the inmates decided that they wanted to take a stand and when nobody going to work, basically. When nobody going to work and us inmates weren't supposed to go to the chow hall. Boom, that's a whole nother story though, but that shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we had came off a lockdown on that after that, when we had came off of lockdown, I remember that morning when we was waking up or whatever, and you know, we heard the doors being popped type shit. So niggas like, oh shit, we off of lockdown, like, you know what I'm saying? Boom, I'm hopping down, I'm getting ready and shit. Celly, he didn't woke up. I think he was already watching his story. I think he was already he had popped on the TV, popped on his stories and shit. Now we've been locked down for a whole week. In this prison, that's the longest that we've been locked down for. So, man, I'm ready to get back out. I'm ready to stretch it out. You feel me? So he started. I'm getting ready and shit, and he like, man, Celly. He's like, man, thank God, we off lockdown. He's like, cause man, I don't know how much more I could take it. I was trying to fend them off. Like, you was trying to fend who off? He was like, the voices. I was trying to fend the voices off. I'm like, oh yeah? I'm not thinking nothing of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh yeah? Because he ain't never really said nothing about the voices and none of that since he told me like that he heard voices, but I ain't never really, now yeah, at night sometime I hear him whispering to himself and all that, you know what I'm saying? But shit, I whisper and think to myself, like, so, shit, we two crazy motherfuckers in here. Like, I ain't really think nothing of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, I've been having to fend them off of you. I stopped, nigga, like, now mind y'all, I keep the burner tucked. I got the burner right there in that pocket. I got it tucked already, like, so I'm like, you gotta keep them off of me. He was like, yeah, man, the voices, man, last couple days, man, they was telling me to get you. But I was telling them that you were cool Celly though, man, and I like you. Man, I must have turned around, put that hand in my pocket, put that my hand on that burner. I ain't pull it out, but I put that hand on my burner. I was like, cuz I'm not playing none of that with you. No, none of them type of games with you, my nigga. Like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. Like, nigga, but man, bro, we will go up in here, bro. Like, nigga, I'm like, but I ain't saying bro. I'm like, cuz we go up in here. Cuz you got me fucked up, man, boy. Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, you better keep them off, boy. Cause either or, one of us going to the infirmary and one of us going to the hole. So either how you play, bro. I don't even play them type of games like that, my nigga. Like, for real. And he could see how serious I was. So he was like, oh, nah. He was like, nah, Celly, not like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because in my head, I took it like, when he said, I was going to get you, I took it like, oh, cuz you trying to rape me? Like, boy, that's how I took it in my head. Like, nigga, boy, you got me fucked up, nigga. Oh, my boy, I will stab the shit out you in this motherfucker. Not having none of that, my nigga. My stepson always got them band-aids on the blunts.
Shit, you want them off in here, right?
So, he like, nah, Celly. He like, nah, not like that, my nigga. He like, you know, he like, shit, just let me holler at you for a minute, though, man. So I'm hot, though, like, I'm like, man, so I'm standing up, like, low-key pacing back and forth, like, and he sit down and shit on the bed, and he like, man, in my first bed, during my first years in my bed, when I first got here or whatever, he was like, man, I was so angry. I ain't like to be around people. I ain't like to be around Celly and nothing like that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, so I just beat him up and, you know what I'm saying, start shit with him, you know what I'm saying, so they can get up out my cell. He was like, that's what I meant, like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't know funny shit like that, though. But in my head, I'm thinking, like, it's still some funny shit, though, bro. Like, because you talk about someone used to beat niggas up and get them about your cell and all that. I'm not going for none of that. We not going for none of that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you got me fucked up, my nigga. Like, so he like, yeah, man. He like, but you a cool ass Celly, man. He like, you know. He's like, once you do time up in Ely and shit, and you know they send you a place like Ely and shit, you know, you start to cherish like little prisons like these, like, you know what I'm saying, medium custody prisons. He's like, shit, I worked hard to get down here and shit. You know, he's like I told you, you know, I hear voices. So you know, I'll be trying to get him up on the track. He's like, but me and you cool, bro. Like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I don't want no problems with you like that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about nothing like that. I'm like, yeah, bro, because, boy, nigga, it ain't, you know, so I'm still standing up the whole time. You know, I'm clutching, though, like, the whole time, because, boy, you say something wrong, it's going to be a wrap. Like, we just both going to have a life on this motherfucker. So that was one of the incidents that we had, you know what I'm saying? And the other incident I'll tell y'all about later, you know what I'm saying? But that was one of the incidents that we had, the first incident, actually, that we had and shit, like, and you know, he was cool. That was actually, truthfully, that was one of my best cellies. Like, we was shit. But him and Rakapone was one of my best cellies. Oh, and Dion, too. I ain't never told y'all about Dion. He was in the fish tank. He was this, man, Dion was this meth head turned preacher, basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? One of them niggas that, you know, went back to jail. Every time you go back to jail, I'm going to give my life to the Lord this time. I promise you, I'm going to give my life to the Lord because Jesus Christ said that, you know, we living in the last days and the last days is upon us and I can't be smoking this stuff that's killing my body and whoop. And Dion, he was hella funny. Like, I used to listen to Dion. Like Dion was hella funny, though, nigga. But, you know, other than that, like, you know, doing time with a lifer just depends on, you know, like I said, where you catch them at inside their bed. You feel me? It could be a good thing and a bad thing. Some of the pluses is doing time with a lifer is they know everything. You know what I'm saying? You can ask them about anything about the prison. They know what we having for dinner that day. They probably got it written down in the calendar. They know all the administration, you know, because they've been there. You know, they know who to talk to. They know what kind of, you know what I'm saying, grievance you need to put in for if you want to go here, you want to go there. You know what I'm saying? They know the ins and the outs about the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? A couple bad things is, you know, hey, you know what I'm saying? You might have to fight for your life, depending on which one you got, because, you know, a lot of them dudes be angry. Like, a lot of them dudes ain't, you know what I'm saying, ain't really got a chance to really, like, accept their time. Like, so it just depends. I said, but it's hard, especially when you see niggas like Papa Hoover on the yard that die on that motherfucker. Like, it's like, damn, when them people say life, them people really mean life, like your natural life. You feel me? So shit like that though, like, and well, I said we had a cool little, like I said, we had a cool little relationship though, man. We was cool though, like, me and my wife for Shelly though. It wasn't bad, like, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't that bad, like I thought it was. Like, you hear the stories and shit like that, like, oh, you don't want to go up and you don't want to get no life as a Shelly, man, ooh, it's gonna be bad. Like, nah, it wasn't bad for me though. Like, you know what I'm saying, we had a cool you know what I'm saying, cool routine how we used to work out. Like, you know what I'm saying, how we used to work it out. He even the one that got me back working out. Run this motherfucker. He even the one that got me back working out, run this motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, other than that though, man, like, you know what I'm saying, it was cool. But, you know, some of these lifers, man, be hitting agendas and shit, man. And, you know, they got a term I heard in Nevada that if you got life, they just let it go. Meaning, like, they don't even look at you like, oh, he gay. Nah, that nigga got life. They just let shit like that go. Contraband TV, man. I'm out this bitch, man. Part 2 coming up next, man.